Modern women tutorials. Guys don't cheat. And of course, ladies will disagree, but they don't understand the concept of cheating. They don't understand that cheating is not just having sex with somebody other than the person you're with. Right? Because when guys. Alright, so here's the thing. Even though it seems like the same thing, it's not the same thing. Because there's different reasons why something happens, right? If I punch somebody, maybe it's because it's self-defense, right? Or the other possibility is because, I'm a violent person, right? As an example. So either the person provoked me to hit them or I hit them unprovoked. Those are the one of two possibilities of why something that looks, why something happened. They look the same, me hitting somebody, but the context, the reason for it is what changes the situation, right? One is self-defense, and the other one, as in one was a response to something, and the other one was for no reason, right? So when a guy quote unquote cheats, he's just having sex. It's not that he doesn't love his girlfriend or wife anymore. He doesn't plan to leave, right? He's not trying to break up the relationship, which is typically why guys, hide the fact that they had sex with someone else, and that's it. That's all it was. It was just sex. Not saying that it was okay for them to do it. I'm just saying that it wasn't, it wasn't for the same reasons. He was horny, and he made a mistake, right? Of one, not asking for permission. When a chick does it, it's for different reasons, because she lost love for the guy that she's with, right? If a chick's horny, she's just gonna have sex with whoever is available, which would be her boyfriend or her husband, right? It wouldn't just be some other strange guy. Because in order for a chick, a female to want to have sex, love has to be a factor. She has to feel something in order for sex to happen, right? For them, it's not, an urge like it is for guys, because biologically, guys have to be ready to have sex at any given moment, right? Whenever a female is ready to have sex, he has to be ready for it. So that's why guys are always ready for sex, right? So we don't control it. We don't decide when we want to have sex. But for females, it's different, right? For them, it's the whole menstrual cycle thing, right? Once they're ovulating, then that's when they start getting into heat, as they say, and now they're ready to reproduce, so now they're ready. And that's the thing. When females' biology kicks into the fact of like, oh, time to reproduce, go find a man to reproduce with. Guys are horny 24/7 because you never know when you have to fertilize a woman, right? So biologically, it's not a social thing. It's a biological thing where it's like, we got to be ready to have sex at any given moment. For y'all, it's when it's time for y'all to have sex, y'all will have sex. That's why a lot of you ladies can go months and years without having sex with your boyfriend or husband, which is drawing, by the way, but y'all can do it. The reason why is because unless you want to make babies, typically, you're not going to be in the mood. So that's why if you do cheat, and only females cheat, is because you're trying to guarantee that you have someone else to replace the guy you're with. You don't have sex with a guy unless you want him to like you. You want him to commit to you. That's the only common reason you have sex with a guy, is because you want him to stay. Because that's what guys like, right? Because of our biology. So if you want a guy to stay around, you give him booty to keep him around. That is the reason you do it. That's why you don't just break up with the guy you're with and then go be with another guy. You cheat first, then you leave, because you want to make sure that there is a guy waiting for you after you leave, which is why you do it. I made a video about it before, about why women cheat or why they should cheat, right? Because it's the understanding of like, okay, I get it. I'm not saying that it's okay to cheat, obviously, but I'm saying is I understand why females cheat when it's like, well, it's easy for you to get a guy, so it's easy for you to get a guy to like you, not to keep per se, but to like you. So why would not break up with a guy that you don't want to be with no more, and then just go flirt with another guy and boom, instantly you have a new boyfriend, right? Why cheat? It's not necessary. You can just leave and be with somebody else. It's because just because you can get another guy to have sex with you, or you can get a guy to like you, doesn't guarantee you'll have a relationship. So when ladies cheat, it's because they're trying to guarantee a relationship. They're trying to guarantee that when they leave their current relationship, there is another one they're going to. It's the same concept of like you apply to another job, you wait until you get hired from that job, then you quit your current job. So it's that mentality. So it's like, okay, that's why ladies cheat, even though it don't make sense to cheat. They could just leave and find someone else. Right? Another factor for that, right? Another way of looking at it, of why a female would cheat, is because she's trying to guarantee that she has. Let's go with the protector concept, where it's like, okay, she's making sure she has another guy who's invested in her, who's interested in her, right? Who has sex with, so he's going to be more protective, right, of her. So when she leaves, if the breakup turns negative, right, she has a protector, right, which would be the new guy. And I've seen scenarios like that where a chick cheats, the guy catches her, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you cheated on me. He was all, emotional about it. And then the other guy is, trying to be protective of her, try to protect her, try to keep them, at distance. He puts himself in the way. Sometimes the guys fight, right? But that's what I'm saying about why a female would cheat. That's why I said only females cheat, because there's two logical reasons for it. Well, I'm making it logical, if you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm seeing the logic of it. Like, okay, I see why y'all would do it, even though it is wrong to cheat and whatnot. But I understand why y'all do it. So the reasoning behind it is why y'all do it. It's like, why would you ladies do it? Especially a lot of the ladies that cheat always talk about they don't want a guy who cheats. I want a man who doesn't cheat. I want a man who doesn't cheat. But then when you ask them, have they ever cheated? They'll be like, oh yeah, I have cheated. You've cheated before, but you don't want somebody who cheats. Isn't that hypocritical? You want somebody who doesn't do what you have done, right? So it's like, then it's like, okay, so you against the idea of being cheated on, but you're not against the idea of cheating. Why would you be a hypocrite? So then you have to give some. So then I have to be logical about it. It's like, why would you be a hypocrite? Okay, I see why. It's because it's a security measure, basically. It's the idea of like, I want to make sure that when I quit this job, I have another one lined up, right? That way there's no week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month in between jobs. That way I'm not in between jobs, I already have a job. So once I quit one, I still have one, right? So you quit your relationship, you still have a relationship because you already started one. And that's the thing why we say women cheat and guys don't, or females cheat and guys don't, which is the point of this video, is that y'all plan this because it takes weeks and months at a time for you to get another guy to replace your guy. Sex is not enough, right? Sex is not enough. And that's the thing. You use sex as a leverage, so to guarantee that the next guy becomes your man, you need to talk to him, string him along for a while, right? Make sure that he's not just trying to hit it and quit it. He actually is going to be your boyfriend. Then you give him the booty to seal the deal, to guarantee the relationship, right? Because the guy put in the time and effort to earn, and since you don't want to lose him because you're trying to leave, you're like, all right, time for me to give you booty because I'm already fed up with my current guy, so I'm gonna give you the booty, and then I'll break up with my man and then end up with the new guy. And that's the process. That's the mindset. So that's why. See, when a guy has sex with another chick, he doesn't plan to do all that. He didn't plan all that. When he had sex, it was a surprise to him too. He ain't planned to cheat, right? Because like I said, guys don't really cheat. It just, there was an opportunity for sex. Either the chick was like, oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody, nobody's gonna know. But of course she, lied about not telling nobody. And that creates a problem if she does tell, or if somebody finds out, right? And that's largely why a guy, quote unquote, cheats, because a chick lied about not telling nobody, or, and the thing is, it's ladies that offer the sex, right? Guys can't have sex without a female permission. So this idea of like, oh, guys are out here cheating. No, ladies are out here fucking y'all man. Ladies are out here offering y'all man booty. They see that you got a man, and then they start flirting with him. Y'all ladies know this because y'all do this yourselves. So y'all hypocritical to be like, oh, man out here cheating. No, y'all ladies out here tempting men. Y'all out here offering your bodies to guys who are married, to guys who are in relationships. Y'all like it when the thing is, I know the lady psychology. I know the thing is, y'all want what other women have. When you see another woman with an outfit, you want that outfit. When you see her in a Lamborghini, you want to be in the Lamborghini. When you see her with a handsome guy, you want a handsome guy. Y'all always want what other chicks want. Other chicks have. That's the thing. You always want what other people have, which is a childish mindset, but no surprising. A lot of ladies really don't grow out of their childish mentality. They're just older children, basically. And this is why you hear that example that women are children, right? Is because y'all still have that I'm a little princess, I'm a little girl mentality. Y'all don't want to grow up. Y'all get older, yes, but y'all don't want to grow up. Y'all want to be young and innocent and being treated special and princess, because it was better to be daddy's little girl than it was to be a strong, independent woman that has to take care of herself, and life is hard and blah, blah. No one wants a hard life. Y'all ladies love easy mode, love easy life. So of course you want to maintain. That's why you even see on Instagram, grown women still acting like, looking like little girls, even though they're grown women. It's because y'all don't want to grow up. I'll call it the Peter Pan syndrome, right? Y'all don't want to grow up. Yep, but we're used to it, right? It's cute to a certain degree, but when it's when it becomes a mental issue, not as cute. When you're a grown woman but still acting like a child, throwing temper tantrums and whatnot. But that's for another conversation. Back to the whole guys don't cheat. They don't cheat. They just make a bad decision. See, real men, they ask for permission. They don't, if an opportunity to have sex with another woman presents itself, he will present that situation to his woman. Like, hey, there's this chick who wants to fuck me. Just letting you know. And if she's cool with it, then whatever. You either do something with it or not, right? Just because she gave you permission doesn't mean you have to do anything. But let's say she doesn't give you permission, all right? Then respect her permission. Or you could just be single if you're interested in, exercising your options, especially if you have them. But, the thing is, you have to understand that guys, if a guy sleeps with another chick, but he still comes home to you, still takes care of you, still does everything that you want him to do, then it's not that big of a deal. If he wants to leave you and whatnot, it is a big deal. But the irony is the fact that y'all leave a good relationship. The only thing that was quote unquote bad, right, was him having sex with another woman. And that's it. But you had a good relationship. Now I'm not saying cheating is okay and that you should be okay with the betrayal. Because like I said before, it's like real men, they ask for permission. So they make sure that you're okay with it, if it's going to happen, as opposed to doing it behind your back and then you find out and then it becomes a problem. That's a childish mentality to hide that fact. It's like if you still want to be with other women, then be upfront with it. I'd rather be, especially it's important to be upfront with it at the beginning of the relationship, right? Where it's like, hey, I'll let you be my girlfriend, but I'm still going to be interested in having sex with other women. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm not interested in other women. So if you're cool with it, then yeah, we can date. But if you're not cool with it, that's understandable, right? That's your preference. But it is a problem when the guy, it's like, oh yeah, you're the only one, blah, blah, blah. And then later on, you find out that you're not the only one. Then yes, I agree that that's just total bullshit, and he's definitely not a man. But again, the point is that it's just sex either way. Whether he has permission or not to have sex with another woman, it's just sex, right? We don't see sex as love. When we love a woman, we love her for who she is, not for the fact that she gave us booty. Like, we don't love you through sex. We don't show you love through sex. We show you love through talking to you, listening to you, being there with you, sleeping in the same bed with you, in the same house, traveling with you, all those things. Just being around you is the way we love, right? And then, you get into love language, but that's for another topic. But the thing is when it comes to sex, guys don't love you through sex. This is why you have chicks out here who have sex with a guy and then be surprised he leaves. It's like, yeah, because sex doesn't equal love for guys. For you ladies, it does. Y'all need to love a guy to have sex with him. 9 out of 10 for y'all ladies out there that are exception. Like, oh, I can have sex with a guy without love. Yeah, some of y'all can, but that's not a good thing. That means there's something wrong with you, because you should only have sex with those you love. That's a smart, logical way of doing things. If you have sex with somebody that you don't love, that's a bad decision, right? It's just, So be logical. Make sure that only the guys who are worthy of your body get access to your body. Don't just let any guy have access to it, because then you're just gonna be complaining, like, oh my God, he had sex with me and he left. Duh. Here's another thing. Like I said, sex for guys doesn't equal love. When we're horny, since we're horny and we want you, we'll be extra nice to you. But doesn't mean we love you. It's just because we're horny, and unless we, take care of that feeling ourselves, if you know what I mean, we're going to be chasing after you. There's a term called post-nut clarity. Look it up. It's the fact that, yeah, a guy thinks he's in love with you, feels he's in love, whatever. Even he might think that he's in love with you because he's horny, right? Because to him, horniness and love probably feels the same for most guys. Not every guy, but most guys. So he thinks he loves you because he sees you. Every time he sees you, he's just like, oh man, I feel some type of way. But in reality, it's just horniness. So that's why after he has sex with you, or let's say he just busts a nut to one of your pictures and then realizes, you know what, she's actually not that cute, or she's not really that my type, or I'm not really into light-skinned girls or dark-skinned girls or short girls or tall girls or girls with short hair, long hair, whatever, right? Whatever reason is, like, eventually, at first you're like, you're amazing, you're perfect, you're his dream girl, and then after he busts a nut, it's like, oh no, you know what, she's average, she's all right looking, she ain't really my type, blah, 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 right? That's post-nut clarity. Because of horniness, suddenly a chick who ain't that attractive to you, who ain't your type, suddenly becomes attractive in your type. This happens a lot. Even in the military, stuff like this happens. There's like a term for it, I forgot what it was called, but and then there's a term like for bars, beer goggles. You're so drunk, a chick looks hot, and you're horny. You're drunk and horny, so any chick you see will look hot. But then once you're no longer drunk, right, you no longer have your beer goggles, suddenly it's like, oh shit, she's actually not that attractive. She's actually not my type. But, right, just like a guy can have sex with a woman, a female, right, that he does not find that he hates, does not find attractive, right? It's like, oh my God, she burned down my house. Like, I hate her. I don't want to see her ever again. And then she offers you sex, and it's like, I am horny. All right, boom. Get the sex. Take out your frustration out on her sexually, right? And then just walk away. Because it's not love. For us, sex is not love. The way our bodies are designed, we're horny all the time, like 24/7. So we can't. So it makes no sense. Because then it'd be a weird thing. Like, if we're horny all the time and we are in love all the time, that'd be too much. We can't handle having both of those types of things happening at the same time, being horny and in love. Since we're horny basically 24/7, our love has to be separate. We have to separate our feelings for love from our horniness. That way there's no confusion, right? So that's the thing you ladies have to understand. For y'all, love makes y'all horny. Love gets y'all rocks off. Love gets y'all, to climax. Love does not get us to climax. Physical touch gets us to climax. So that's the difference. That's the biological, scientific differences. And once you understand that guys do not love with their penises, so stop thinking that if a guy has sex with you, that means he loves you. He does not. If he stays with you after having sex with you, then yes, he does love you, because he loves you as you. The horniness is out of the way. Y'all had sex and he's still there. Yeah, it's because for him it was more than that. But if he has sex with you and leaves, that's all it was. This is why we have the term fuckboys. These are guys who are just under the control of their horniness. They're just like, I'm horny, and they're just trying to, basically like a vampire, right? Just trying to get their nut off. They're trying to feed their hunger, right? That's why you have terms like thirsty and stuff like that. Like, yeah, guys are just trying to feed their hungers. Fuckboys are eventually sexual vampires. That's why it's no surprise that when they fuck you, they leave, and then you get all surprised, like, oh my God, why did he leave me? I thought he loved me. He didn't love you. That's why he left. If he loved you, he stays. Like, common sense. That's the thing. Guys don't like to get rid of things. Guys are not. See, here's another thing about the difference between men and women, right? Male and females, is that we like to, when we like something, we try to keep it forever. Y'all ladies like to replace things. Y'all like to upgrade. So y'all get rid of the old and replace it with a new. Y'all always want upgrades. That's why when a new iPhone comes out, you want a new iPhone. But you see some guys still have their iPhone like 7 or something. And right now we're at iPhone 14 or some shit like that. And most guys on average were Android users like myself. But that's besides the point, right? The thing is, y'all always trying to upgrade, right? The hypergamy thing. Guys are not. Guys like to collect. A guy would get a girlfriend, then he'll try to get another one, then he'll try to get another one. He's not trying to replace each one. He has no problem collecting multiple girlfriends. This is why I'm not surprised that guys still, even after he gets a girlfriend or a wife, he still wants to be sexual with other women. Because again, it's just sex. It is not love for him. Him keeping you ladies, yeah, that's love. But if he's, fucking and ducking, right, then no, there's no love there. And that's why it's, surprising, because this is something people knew for thousands of years, right? That's why in the past, it wasn't a surprise if a guy had multiple women. It's called a harem, right? Kings have multiple women, right? Concubines and his wife, his queen, right? Like, it was no surprise. It's because they understood that, the biology, they understood it's like, a guy is horny all the time. So it's not, so when it comes to sex for a guy, it's not I love her, so that's why I'm having sex with her. No, it's I'm horny, and that's why I'm having sex. And since I'm horny all the time, I'm going, having sex a lot is going to be a factor because of it. Now, obviously, we got stuff like porn and whatnot to help us control that horniness, that factor, which is what I recommend to a lot of guys. I even give guys the advice that like before you go on a date and whatnot, or shit, even before you even, start talking to a chick, make sure you, take care of your urges, right? Get the post and the clarity, right? Watch some porn real quick, and then start talking to the chick. Start going on the date, right? To make sure that what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're acting. Like if you're going to the club, make sure you busting up before you go there, because if not, you're just gonna be out there buying drinks for a whole bunch of chicks that probably ain't gonna give you none. And the only reason you're buying drinks is because you're horny. So don't be horny when you go to the club. Don't be horny. Basically, anytime you're gonna be around a whole bunch of ladies, you definitely need to unload the gun, as they say, right? Before you go out there, right? Don't go somewhere where there's a whole bunch of ladies with a loaded gun in your pants. So that's the type of advice I give to guys, that to make life easier, because it's like, again, it's like, it's not a good idea when you're trying to be on a diet, but you haven't eaten in so many hours, but then you go to a buffet. You know what's gonna happen? You're more likely gonna eat, and then you're gonna overeat, right? It's the same thing. That's why I tell guys, make sure you unload the chamber before you go out there and interact with these ladies. Because trust me, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes, make a lot of bad decisions, because you're not thinking with your big head, you're thinking with your small head. So hopefully now you ladies understand the difference of, yes, guys don't really cheat, they just make a mistake. It's what I call it. It's like they made a bad decision. It's like you were better off telling your chick that, hey, you want sex with another chick. She'd probably be down for it, and be like, oh yeah, she can come over and we can have a threesome. It's like, oh, okay, you're cool with it, cool with that idea. All right, that works, or however way it plays out. From my personal experience, a lot of ladies are okay with sharing, okay with the guy they're with having sex with other females, because most of them understand that it's like, okay, it's just sex. Doesn't mean anything to the guy, so it's not that big of a deal. Most chicks aren't like that. Most ladies, would say no, but from my experience, they tend to say yes, especially if the chick really likes you, right? If she's in love with you, there's a lot she'll tolerate. So, having sex will be one of those things. Not saying that everybody should be out here trying to, cheat or whatnot, or, if you have a problem with a guy, cheating, quote unquote, right, then that's fine. You're not wrong for, not liking that. Just letting you know that it's not the same thing. When a guy, quote unquote, cheats, it's not really cheating. It's just him making a bad decision based off of biology, So he needs more self-control to be able to say no to these opportunities, and try not to ruin the relationship, right? So just letting y'all know, because knowing is half the battle. Things are better when you know the truth, right? When you know why. That's the thing. Most people, especially ladies, are always asking like, why he left me after we had sex? Why this? Why that? Why did he cheat? Why this? Why that? Why? You're always asking the questions why. And right now, through these videos, I'm letting you know why. You might not like what you hear, but at least now you know. And ideally, you definitely want to be with a guy that's, at least if he's still interested in having sex with different women, at least he's upfront with it, right? That's what you want. If he, is trying to be secretive of it, well, that's wrong. And of course, that's usually not going to be a good relationship, to be with a guy who's not upfront with wanting to have sex with other women. Because sometimes I see that online, like TikTok videos or something like that, where a chick is like, do you find other women attractive, blah blah blah, and that always seems like a trap. Like, nah, I can't say I do find other chicks attractive, because that would be a problem. She'll turn into a problem. But we all know that, yes, guys, even when they have a girlfriend, they still find other women attractive, because it's our biology, right? We find ladies attractive because we're horny, not because, we're choosing to find them attractive. It's not like we're in love when we find a woman attractive. No, it's she got big titties. I like big titties. Bang, now I'm horny. It's like, damn it, I'm horny. She has big titties. That's a problem right there. Need to go take a cold shower to, control this urge. Or if she's available, one thing leads to another. You know. But other than that, it's like, it ain't love. If you laugh and and makes me feel some type of way, then it's like, okay, I'm in love, because her laughter didn't make my dick hard. Her laughter just made me happy. So that must be love. That's the difference. When she says hi to me, or when she smiles, or when she wears a certain outfit, that's modest, not like slutty or anything. Because obviously anything slutty would just be horniness. But if she's wearing something modest, she's dressed in an appropriate way, and you still feel some type of way about her, it's like, okay, I definitely am in love, because it's not like what she's wearing is revealing, and that's triggering a different part of me. That's triggering my heart, not my penis. And that's what you gotta understand. Guys come in two parts: heart and penis. They love you with their heart, but never with their penis. You ladies gotta learn that, so that we can stop making the mistake of thinking that if a guy is horny and finds you attractive, that means he loves you. It does not. This is why sometimes guys have problems knowing if a chick likes him or not. Because she'll be nice to him. It's like, she'll be nice to him even if she's just trying to use him. She'll be nice to him if all she wants is sex. She'll be nice to him if she's actually interested in him. But it's hard to tell when just any interaction from a female typically would be nice at first, unless she's an asshole, right? But typically would be nice, and it's hard to tell. It's like, okay, is she being nice to me because she's trying to make me her friend, or she's being nice to me just because she's a nice person, or is she being nice to me because she wants to fuck, or is she being nice to me because she actually would like a relationship? It's hard to tell because you act the same way throughout the whole entire time, right? All these different possibilities of friendship, sex, relationship, right? You're going to act the same way in every scenario. So it's hard for us guys, and not for me, I have experience of course, but it's hard for most guys to know, okay, does she like me as a friend, as a boyfriend, as a sex doll, right, as a sex object? Like, I've had a couple ladies who only saw me as a sex object. Got no problem with that. It just was important for me to notice that it's like, yep, that's all they wanted was just sex. And since that's not what I'm interested in, which ironically most guys, 99% of guys, are just interested in just sex, but I'm one of the few, obviously, that wants more than sex. So it's like, oh well, she only wants me for sex, and that's not what I'm looking for. She can just get any guy for that. Since I want more than that, she needs to bring more than that to the table, as they say. But yeah, and that's the end of the video.